Okay, so we're going to do the second part of our 12-2 notes, which is surface area of cylinders. These notes are going to be a little bit easier than the ones that we did the other day because the bases are circles. So if you remember from your chapter 11, the area of a base is just pi r squared. So to find the lateral surface area, if we look over here, your lateral surface area is 2 pi RH, H being the height of your prism. And then to find our two bases, it's just 2 times pi r squared. So there's no capital letters here. There's no work we have to do prior like we did with the first set of notes. So all we need, our only variables, are r, which is our radius, and h, which is the height of the prism. So let's take a look at the first one. My radius is 4. The height of my prism is 12. So those are my two, sorry, I just want to put that under. Those are my two variables. So for my lateral surface area, I have 2 pi 4 12. So I'm just going to plug that right into a calculator. 2 pi times 4 times 12, and I get about, it says round to the nearest tenth, so I'm going to do 301.6 centimeters squared. So for my surface area, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 301.6 and I'm going to add whatever 2 pi r squared is. So I have 2 pi, my radius is 4 squared plus 301.6. So again, just use my calculator, 2 pi 4 squared, which is 100.5, and I'm going to add 301.6. My final answer is about 402.1. Centimeters squared. If you're using 3.14 for pi instead of the pi, you're going to get a slightly different answer, but we're rounding, so it's okay. I like to use pi. I think on your assignment today it asks to use 3.14. Your answer shouldn't be too far off. Let's look at another one. 6 is the radius of my base. The height of my cylinder is 10. So my lateral surface area is 2 pi 6 10. 2 times pi times 6 times 10, and I get about 370, I'm going to round to 377. And my units is inches squared. For my surface area, I'm going to take 2 pi r, which is 6 squared, and I'm going to add that to my 377. 2 pi 6 squared, which is 226.2, and add that to 377, and I get about 603.2. Inches squared. try one more together. This one's slightly different because it gives me my diameter. Diameter is the whole thing. I just want the radius. So I'm going to just use half of that, which is 3. And then the height of my entire thing is 6. So again, lateral surface area is 2 pi times 3 times 6. 2 pi times 3 times 6. I get 113.1. Centimeters squared. My surface area will be 2 pi 3 squared plus that 113.1. $56.5 plus 113.1. I get about 169.6. And it's centimeters again squared. So go ahead and try the next 3 on your own, and then I will post the next video with them.